Live from the star-filled International Ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Welcome to the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards. And now, your host for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Meyers.
Good evening, ladies and remaining gentlemen. I'm Seth Meyers, and I'll be your host tonight. Welcome to the 75th Annual Golden Globes, and Happy New Year, Hollywood. It's 2018, marijuana is finally allowed, and sexual harassment finally isn't. It's gonna be a good year. This was the year of Big Little Lies and Get Out, and also the television series Big Little Lies and the movie Get Out. There's a new era underway, and I can tell because it's been years since a white man was this nervous in Hollywood. By the way, a special hello to hosts of other upcoming award shows who are watching me tonight like the first dog they shot into outer space. For the male nominees in the room tonight, this is the first time in 3 months it won't be terrifying to hear your name read out loud. Did you hear about Willem Dafoe? Oh, God, no. He was nominated. Don't do that. Don't do that. Considering what has been going on this year with powerful men and their terrible behavior in Hollywood, a lot of people thought it would be more appropriate for a woman to host these awards, and they may be right. But if it's any consolation, I'm a man with absolutely no power in Hollywood. I'm not even the most powerful Seth in the room tonight. Hey, remember when he was the guy making trouble with North Korea? Remember that? Simpler times. They tried to get a woman to host this show, they really did. They said, hey, how would you like to come and be judged by some of the most powerful people in Hollywood? And women were like, well, where is it? And they said, it's at a hotel, and long story short, I'm your host tonight. And we're all here tonight courtesy of the Hollywood Foreign Press. A string, yeah. Give it up for the Hollywood Foreign Press. A string of 3 words that could not have been better designed to infuriate our president. Hollywood Foreign Press. The only name that would make him angrier would be the Hillary Mexico Salad Association. Well, I think it's time to address the elephant not in the room. Harvey Weinstein isn't here tonight. Because, well, I've heard rumors that he's crazy and difficult to work with. But don't worry, he'll be back in 20 years when he becomes the first person ever booed during the In Memoriam. It'll sound like that. Well, despite everything that happened this year, the show goes on. For example, I was happy to hear they're going to do another season of House of Cards. Is Christopher Plummer available for that, too? I hope he can do a Southern accent, because Kevin Spacey sure couldn't. Oh, is that too mean? To Kevin Spacey? Daniel Kaluuya is nominated for Best Actor for his work in Get Out. Daniel plays a young man lured to an event full of aging white people desperate to reclaim their youth, and oh my God, Daniel, it's a trap! Get out! Get Out was a great film to see in a theater and also a great way to tell if your date was a racist. If you walked out after that movie and your date said, "It was so sad when they hit that deer," they're a racist. You went to a movie with a racist. The Shape of Water received the most nominations of any film this year. Just an incredibly beautiful film, but I have to admit, when I first heard about a film where a naive young woman falls in love with a disgusting sea monster, I thought, oh man, not another Woody Allen movie. It's like Manhattan in water. The Post is nominated for Best Picture tonight. The Post. The Post is a film about journalistic integrity directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. No, not yet. We have to wait. We have to wait and see what happens. There was some great television nominated this year, too. We had another fantastic season of Stranger Things. Stranger Things reminded me so much of my childhood. Not the sci-fi stuff, and I didn't really have any friends. I don't know how to ride a bike. Basically just the part where a guy from Radio Shack dated my mom. Sesame Street recently released a parody of Stranger Things titled Sharing Things. Meanwhile, Bert and Ernie have been doing a parody of Call Me By Your Name for years. I live in New York, so one of my favorite shows of the year was The Deuce. If you haven't seen it, The Deuce is a show about Times Square in the early 70s when New York was so seedy, there were 2 James Francos. Oprah Winfrey is receiving the Cecil B. DeMille Award tonight. What a tremendous honor for Cecil B. DeMille. And Oprah, while I have you, in 2011, I told some jokes about our current president at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, jokes about how he was unqualified to be president, and some have said that night convinced him to run. So if that's true, I just want to say, Oprah, you will never be president. You do not have what it takes. And Hanks, where's Hanks? You will never be vice president. You are too mean and unrelatable. And now we just wait and see. So if I may, on my show, we do a segment called Jokes Seth Can't Tell with 2 of my writers, Amber Ruffin and Jenny Hagel, where they tell punchlines that would be more fun coming from them instead of me, a straight white male. Tonight, that's more true than ever, so we thought we could enlist some of the brilliant people in this room. So let's start. Where's Jessica Chastain? Jessica Chastain, everybody. There she is. Give it up for Jessica. So I'm going to say the setup, and Jessica's going to say the punchline. Okay, here we go. The Golden Globes turned 75 this year.
But the actress that plays its wife is still only 32.
There you go. So much more fun. Where's Billy Eichner?
I'm here, right over here.
Here you go. Here's your setup, Billy. Call Me By Your Name is nominated for Best Motion Picture. It is a gay coming-of-age film.
Said Kevin Spacey, you lost me at of age.
And you thought it was mean when I said he didn't have a southern accent. Issa Rae is nominated for her HBO show Insecure. There's Issa. All right, here's your setup. Insecure creator Issa Rae currently has 3 projects in development with HBO.
Yeah, that's right. And 3 projects is also where they think I'm from.
Next up, Hong Chow, so brilliant in the film Downsizing. Let's see Hong. Here's the setup. According to a recent article, only 5% of speaking roles in Hollywood are played by Asian actors.
But those numbers might be off since a white person did the math.
All right, where's Amy Poehler? All right, there you are, Amy. Do you want to do one?
Yeah, I'll do one, but I don't need your help.
Yeah, but no, I do the setup and then you do the punchline.
Oh, is that how it works? You're explaining something I already know. Is this the mansplaining part of the evening?
No. I just don't think it'll work without your setup to your punchline.
Oh, well, I'm glad to know what you think. First of all, thank you for telling me what you think. And secondly, I'm a woman in Hollywood, Seth. You know, we've all been through a lot. I don't need a setup to make a punchline work, okay? You're sadly mistaken.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, another apology. How wonderful. All right, let me just get started. I'm reclaiming my wine. Here we go. Okay.
So you're gonna just do a punchline with no setup?
Everybody gets it. You already explained it. Stop explaining it. Oh my God. Okay, punchline, no setup. Here we go. Said the peach in Call Me By Your Name. This scene is the pits.
Thank you so much, Amy. Also, I want to point out that sitting next to Amy is Saru Jayaraman. Give it up for Saru, everyone. She's one of many activists from outside of this industry who've been invited here tonight in support of the Time's Up initiative. It's great. Yeah, give it up. It's great that this movement understands that what tarnished our world this year tarnishes so many others and is reaching out to help them too. And I know if you're watching at home and you see everyone in their tuxedos and gowns, this looks like a room of privileged Hollywood elite, and that's fair. But everyone in this room knows that Hollywood is so much more than that. When you're on a film set, you meet hairdressers and camera people and script supervisors. Most of the jobs on film sets are jobs for people who work long, hard hours. They are American dream jobs. Those people aren't there. Those people aren't there thanks to their rich dad, except for that one PA. Every film set has at least one super connected PA who is always late. And you ask what the hell his deal is, someone's like, oh, that's Jeremy Paramount. Give Jeremy his space. People in this room worked really hard to get here, but it's clearer now than ever before that the women had to work even harder. So thank you for all the amazing work that you've all done and you continue to do. I look forward to you leading us into whatever comes next. So thank you so much for letting me say that. And now to present our first award. Oh, please don't be two white dudes. Please don't be two white dudes. Oh, thank God. It's Gal Gadot and Dwayne Johnson, everybody.
Right.
Well, their characters were some of the powerful women we loved on television this past year.
They are the nominees for Best Actress in a Limited Series or TV Movie.
Jessica Biel, The Sinner.
Nicole Kidman, Big Little Lies.
Susan Sarandon, Feud, Betty and Joan.
Reese Witherspoon, Big Little Lies.
Jessica Lange, Feud, Betty and Joan.
And the Golden Globe goes to... lady?
Let's do it together. I'm inclusive. It's men and women together.
That's right.
There you go.
Nicole Kidman,
Big Little Lies!
This is Nicole Kidman's fourth win. She wins her Golden Globe tonight for her role of Celeste Wright in Big Little Lies.
Oh, first cab off the rank. Yikes, that means my daughters are still awake. So, Sunny, Faith, I love you. I'm bringing this home to you, babies. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. for supporting us. Thank you to HBO Richard Pepler for supporting and committing to us. And when I say us, I'm talking about Reese Witherspoon and myself. We did this because of our friendship, our creative union, and our support of each other. And I love you. Also, I want to say, Laura Dern, Shailene Woodley, and Zoe Kravitz. We sat at a table, we pledged allegiance to each other and commitment to each other. And this is ours to share. Wow, the power of women. Also, I speak on behalf of the five of us because we would not be in existence with this show, and it wouldn't be as good as it has been without the mastery of Jean-Marc Vallée and David E. Kelley. And also Liam Moriarty. And I have to say, Bruna Papandrea and Per Sari, your tenacity is amazing. Thank you. There's been people in my life, please, for decades who if I get a chance to thank them, I'm thanking them. Kevin Huvane, Susan Batson, Alan Wertheimer, Geyer, Chris Andrews, Wendy Day, Anne Churchill Brown, all of you. Miranda, Liz, all of you, I love you. And my mama. My mama was an advocate for the women's movement when I was growing up. And because of her, I'm standing here. My achievements are her achievements. And Tonya Kidman, my sister, and I say thank you, Janelle Kidman, for what you fought for so hard. And this character that I played represents something that is the center of our conversation right now, abuse. I do believe, and I hope, we can elicit change through the stories we tell and the way we tell them. Let's keep the conversation alive. Let's do it. And Keith Urban, when my cheek is against yours, everything melts away, and that is love. With that, it's true. I love you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
Please welcome two Golden Globe winners from the upcoming film Widows, Viola Davis, and a nominee for The Leisure Seeker, Helen Mirren.
Supporting actors are not really supporting at all. They're simply great performances.
Yeah, just with not as many lines.
Or close-ups.
Or personal makeup artists.
Or publicists.
Or remuneration.
But their contribution can be revelatory.
As are these nominees for Best Supporting Actor, Motion Picture.
Willem Dafoe, The Florida Project.
Armie Hammer, Call Me By Your Name.
Richard Jenkins, The Shape of Water.
Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World.
Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
And the Golden Globe. Difficult. Nails. Goes to Sam Rockwell. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah, baby, wow. Woo! Man, forgive me, I'm a little excited, so I may need this piece of paper, and I may need some Imodium. I'm very grateful to the Hollywood Foreign Press. Thank you to everybody at Fox Searchlight for your hard work. Martin, Francis, we did a good thing here. I've been in a lot of indies, and it's nice to be in a movie that people see, you know? So, thanks to everyone who worked on this film, from our costume designer, Melissa, to Peter and Graham, our producers. It's an amazing cast, a very generous Woody Harrelson, Martin McDonough. I'm shaking, my hands are shaking. I am forever grateful to you for this amazing part. Where are you, Martin? Every actor knows to say great words is a blessing, and these are such beautiful words. You're such an actor-friendly director, and thanks for not being a dick. Thanks. Frances McDormand, I've said it before, you're a badass. You're a force of nature. And it was really fun to be your sparring partner, and thanks for making me a better actor. To everyone, to Jason Weinberg, Elise, Liz Mahoney, my acting coach for 20 years, Terry Knickerbocker, my acting teacher, William Esper, Liz Himmelstein, the dialect coach to the stars, my hilarious and beautiful Leslie Bibb, who makes me laugh when I'm taking myself too seriously, which I do a lot. So this movie's about compassion, and I think we need some of that these days. Thanks a lot.
NBC's telecast of the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards is sponsored in part by... Welcome back to the Golden Globes. And now, from The Greatest Showman, Zac Efron.
All right. Our first nominated motion picture is our original musical celebration of the birth of show business and the sense of wonder when dreams really do come to life. It's inspired by the ambition and the imagination of P.T. Barnum, a visionary who rose from nothing to create a mesmerizing spectacle that became a worldwide sensation. Nominated for 3 Golden Globes, this is The Greatest Showman.
You're all dismissed.
Bankrupt.
Better luck with your next job.
This is not the life I promised you. Not even close. Girls, I think I've had an idea. P.T. Barnum, at your service. I'm putting together a show. And nobody is like anyone else.
What is your act, Mr. Carlisle?
I don't have an act.
Everyone's got an act.
No one ever made a difference by being like everyone else.
I call our next 2 presenters TV legends, but when I said it to them, they didn't say it back to me. Please welcome from the upcoming movie Dumpling, Jennifer Aniston, and television icon from the upcoming Netflix series A Little Help with Carol Burnett, Carol Burnett.
Wow. On a night when so many people, all of their dreams will come true tonight, so has mine, because I get to present with my idol, the amazing Carol Burnett.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Oh, that is really, that's so sweet. And you know, I'm happy that you're coming back to television, because Will and Grace was one of my favorite shows. No, I'm just kidding. Oh. And now, here are the nominees for Best Actress in a TV series, musical, or comedy.
Pamela Adlon, Better Things.
Alison Brie, Glow.
Rachel Brosnahan, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Issa Rae, Insecure.
Frankie Shaw, Smilf. Wait, Carol. Sorry. Can I just pull your ear?
If you must.
Okay. Sorry. Have to.
Kinky.
Was it everything?
Was it everything you dreamed it would be?
It was everything.
Yeah.
Everything, thank you.
As I said, she's kinky.
All right.
Okay. And the Golden Globe goes to Rachel.
Brosnahan, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Woo!
This is Rachel Brosnahan's first win and first nomination. She wins her Golden Globe tonight for her role of Miriam Midge Maisel in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
On a wonderful morning like this, when the sun is as big as a yellow balloon, even the sparrows are singing in tune. On a wonderful morning like this, on a morning like this, I could kiss everybody. I'm so full of...
Hi. Wow. Cool. Thank you to the HFPA. Thank you to, I don't know where you are anymore, our fearless creators and leaders, Amy Sherman Palladino and Dan Palladino. Yeah, they're amazing. Thank you to everyone at Amazon, to Dana. I'm gonna have to write a whole lot of thank you notes. My brain is scrambled eggs. Thank you to Ken and my entire team, to Carol. Hi, Oprah. Wow. Look, this is a story about a bold and brilliant and complicated woman, and I am endlessly proud to be a part of it, but there are so many women's stories out there that still need and deserve to be told. So as we enter this new year, please let's continue to hold each other accountable and invest in and make and champion these stories. Thank you so much.
Sorry about that.
Here are the 5 nominees for Best Actress in a TV Series Drama. Katrina Balfe, Outlander.
Claire Foy, The Crown.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Deuce.
Catherine Langford, 13 Reasons Why.
Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale.
And the Golden Globe goes to Elizabeth Moss, Handmaid's Tale.
This is Elizabeth Moss's second win. Third nomination, she wins her Golden Globe tonight for her role of June Osborne in The Handmaid's Tale.
Thank you. Carol Burnett. Okay, I have to go fast. HFPA, thank you so much. Hulu and MGM, thank you to my incredible crew, including especially Colin and Anne and Julie. To my incredible cast, I couldn't do it without you. Especially to Bruce and Warren. You two are the kind of men that we need more of in this business, and I thank you. To my team, you know who you are, and I love you. My mom and my brother, you are the hero and heroine of my life. I brought this because I can't be trusted. This is from Margaret Atwood. We were the people who were not in the papers. We lived in the blank white spaces at the edge of print. It gave us more freedom. We lived in the gaps between the stories. Margaret Atwood, this is for you and all of the women who came before you and after you, who were brave enough to speak out against intolerance and injustice and to fight for equality and freedom in this world. We no longer live in the blank white spaces at the edge of print. We no longer live in the gaps between the stories. We are the story in print, and we are writing the story ourselves. Thank you.
Our 75th celebration continues with past winners and Hollywood royalty. Emma Stone, Michael Keaton, Angelina Jolie, Ron Howard, and Oprah are on the way. The Golden Globes on NBC.
And now, please welcome a president who actually is a stable genius, HFPA President Maher Tottenham.
On behalf of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, I am thrilled to celebrate our 75th anniversary with you. And we welcome and support women standing together today. Yes, time's up. The HFPA was founded by a group of journalists dedicated to covering the world of entertainment. Over the years, we have supported numerous nonprofit organizations with grants totaling more than $30 million. Today, our mission has expanded to protect journalists and their network, which in many cases have come under attack lately. Standing in solidarity, I am honored to announce 2 grants for $1 million each. To the nonprofit and nonpartisan Pulitzer Prize-winning International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, which has brought to light important stories over the past 2 decades. And the Committee to Protect Journalists, which promotes global press freedom and defends the right of journalists to report the news without fear of reprisal. As artists, you bravely tell stories that enable us to see the world through the eyes of another. These stories are our best hope of reflecting the kind of world we want to live in. We are privileged to share your work with the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golden Globe winner and star of The Post, Sarah Paulson.
I'm so happy to be a part of the next nominated motion picture. Directed by Steven Spielberg, the film centers on Katharine Graham, a woman struggling to find her voice as the first female publisher of the Washington Post, and her unique partnership with the paper's hard-charging editor, Ben Bradley. When the New York Times is shut down by the government, their relationship is put to the test, and Kay must decide whether to risk the paper that has been her entire life to publish the truth about the Vietnam War. Nominated for 6 Golden Globe Awards, this is The Post.
This is a devastating security breach that was leaked out of the Pentagon. The most highly classified documents of the war.
The Times has 7,000 pages detailing how the White House has been lying about the Vietnam War for 30 years.
Okay, people are concerned about having a woman in charge of the paper.
Thank you, Arthur, for your frankness.
Nixon will muster the full power of the presidency, and if there's a way to destroy you, by God, he'll find it.
To risk a company that's been her entire life, well, I think that's brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mudbound, Garrett Hedlund, and the Golden Globe nominated star of Scandal, Kerry Washington.
Now, Kerry, sometimes people accuse us of being very dramatic. I mean, very dramatic.
I know. But the truth is, people, we're actors. What do you expect? And we wouldn't want it any other way with the guys nominated in this next category.
Yes, of course. Nominees for Best Actor in a TV Series Drama are Jason Bateman, Ozark.
Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us.
Freddie Highmore, The Good Doctor.
Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul.
And Liev Schreiber, Ray Donovan.
And the Golden Globe goes to Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us.
This is Sterling K. Brown's first win, 2nd nomination. He wins his Golden Globe tonight for his role of Randall Pearson. This Is Us.
right? Oprah. Don't want to run out of time, so let me thank my wife. Brian, Michelle, Bethea, I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me through this whole thing. To my kids, Andrew and Amari, Daddy will see you. I will take you to school in the morning, I promise. I want to thank my cast, which is absolutely amazing, and we take turns leading and supporting one another. I love each and every one of you. To my network, NBC, to Bob and Jennifer, to Fox, to Gary, to Dana, but also I want to thank Dan Fogelman. Now, Dan Fogelman, throughout the majority of my career, I have benefited from colorblind casting, which means, you know, like, hey, let's throw a brother in this role, right? It's always really cool. But Dan Fogelman, you wrote a role for a black man, like that could only be played by a black man. And so what I appreciate so much about this thing is that I'm being seen for who I am and being appreciated for who I am. And it makes it that much more difficult to dismiss me or dismiss anybody who looks like me. So thank you, Dan. Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. Peace.
And now, from the upcoming revival of Roseanne, Golden Globe winners Roseanne Barr and John Goodman.
We're presenting Best TV Series Drama.
I'm kind of known for creating some great drama.
Yeah, but not the kind you get awards for.
Ow! And here are the nominees.
The Crown, Game of Thrones, The Handmaid's Tale, Stranger Things, This Is Us.
And the Golden Globe goes to The Handmaid's Tale.
Accepting the Golden Globe for The Handmaid's Tale is executive producer and writer Bruce Miller. This is his first nomination.
Thank you so much. We have a big cast. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press and all the journalists who championed the show from the very beginning, to Lizzie and to Margaret Atwood, who is the mother of us all, and to my wife Tracy and my children Ben, Duncan, and Tess. To Hulu and MGM, who have been braver than I could possibly imagine, and to all the people in this room and this country and this world who do everything they can to stop The Handmaid's Tale from becoming real. Keep doing that. Thank you.
Well, some of the biggest stars in music, Mariah Carey, Kelly Clarkson, Common, and Keith Urban. They're coming up at Golden Globes on NBC.
Welcome back to the Golden Globes. Our next presenter is known for having a sense of humor that can light up the room and a laugh that can clear it. Please welcome from the disaster artist, Seth Rogen.
My experience with tonight's first nominee for Best Motion Picture Comedy started in 2004 on Highland Boulevard with a billboard for a mysterious movie called The Room. Not the Brie Larson, Jacob Tremblay movie, Room, Jacob Tremblay is like minus 10 years old at this point. It was The Room, and it had this strange billboard. And there was no studio, and there was no distributor. There was just like this guy's head on it. And he kind of looked like if a vampire went to a costume party dressed as Johnny Depp. And for some weird reason, his phone number was on the billboard, which you don't see on a lot of billboards. And if you called the number, it was him. The writer, director, star, producer of the movie answered the phone. And if you were lucky enough to call the number and go see the movie, as I did back then, what you were treated to was something that was so bad, yet so enjoyable, it made you actually question the nature of quality itself. Only my good friend James Franco is weird enough to think that showing the story of the people who made this movie would be the best way to let every outsider who's ever been rejected know that their dream can in fact come true. Maybe not in like the exact way they hoped it would, but they're here, so that's insane. Anyway, nominated for 2 Golden Globes, this is The Disaster Artist.
How old are you?
Don't want Greg age.
You're 19? Yeah, I just turned 14.
Wow, happy birthday. We both have this dream that we'll be famous.
Yeah, I guess we do. Why give them job? I give them salary. How did he spend $5 million on this movie, Greg? $5 million? And they are not grateful.
Can we just take it again? Try to lose the accent.
The rules to the club are simple. This is my movie, and this is my life.
And now, from NBC's Good Girls, Christina Hendricks, and the host of NBC's Genius Junior, Neil Patrick Harris.
Since we're running long,
here are the nominees for Best Supporting Actor in a Series, Limited Series, or Motion Picture made for television. David Harbour, Stranger Things.
Alfred Molina, Feud, Betty and Joan.
Christian Slater, Mr. Robot.
Alexander Skarsgård, Big Little Lies.
David Thewlis, Fargo.
And the Golden Globe goes to Alexander Skarsgård, Big Little Lies.
This is Alexander Skarsgård's first win and first nomination. He wins his Golden Globe tonight for the role of Perry Wright in Big Little Lies.
Hi. I have a friend who is 8 years old, and he was perplexed when I didn't thank him at the Emmys. I will not make that mistake tonight. Aston Larsson, this is for you. I also want to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for this honor. I am here tonight because I had a privilege of working with a group of extraordinarily talented women. Most of them are in this room tonight. Leanne, who wrote the novel, thank you. Bruna, our producer, thank you. Our extraordinary cast, we're all here, especially Nicole. Hi. Not that you're like more talented than the other girls. I say like especially Nicole because most of my scenes were with Nicole. You guys are amazing. Nicole, I love you. Thank you for making this the greatest experience of my career.
Please welcome a woman who needs her tea and a man who better have it for her as soon as this is over. Golden Globe winner Common and award-winning singer-songwriter and nominee for Best Original Song, the star Mariah Carey, everyone.
Here are the
the nominees for Best Original Score.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, Carter Burwell. The Shape of Water, Alexandra Desplat. Phantom Thread, Johnny Greenwood. The Post, John Williams. Dunkirk, Hans Zimmer.
And the Golden Globe goes to Alexandra Desplat, The Shape of Water.
Thank you. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Different color from the previous one. Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. Thanks to Fox Searchlight, to Miles Dale, the producer, and Guillermo. Your movie has moved me so much, inspired me so much, because it's made of your humanity, your passion, and I thank you also for all the dinners we have in Paris, and the ones to come. I want to thank all the musicians who recorded that score. They're marvelous. All the crew and cast, Richard, Sally, Doug, the music department at Fox Searchlight, Queen Renee Fleming, Laura Engel, Ray Costa, my friend Katz, and Solre, this is for you. Thank you very much.
She is a multi-platinum selling singer and coach on The Voice, and he's had 9 consecutive platinum albums, 23 #1 songs. Please welcome Kelly Clarkson and Keith Urban.
Here are the nominees for Best Original Song.
From Ferdinand, Home. From Mudbound, Mighty River. From Coco, Remember Me. From The Star, The Star. From The Greatest Showman, This Is Me.
And the Golden Globe goes to... We've now officially sung on the Golden Globe, so... Then the winner is... This is Me, The Greatest Showman. Music and lyrics by Benjamin Sutton, Justin Paul.
This is the second win and second nomination for this writing team. They win their Golden Globe tonight for the music and lyrics of This Is Me in The Greatest Showman. Benj Pasek will accept.
Thank you. Thank you to the HFPA. Thank you to Michael Gracie, who was our third collaborator on all of these songs, our amazing director.
Thank you to Fox and our producers who fought a lot of uphill battles making this movie, and also to the incredible group of people that brought the music to life, everyone from Fox Music to Atlantic Records to the beautiful team of arrangers, orchestrators, musicians, vocalists.
I want to thank our entire cast, led by the annoyingly handsome and charming Hugh Jackman.
Disgustingly charming.
And most importantly, we want to thank Kayala Settle.
Kayala performed this song, and her story inspired this song, and you inspire us every day, so thank you.
Thanks you for audiences who are coming to see musicals on the big screen again, and we really appreciate you supporting The Greatest Showman.
Love you, Ash. Love you, Emmy. Love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you.
NBC's telecast of the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards is sponsored in part by...
Welcome back to the Golden Globes. And now, Golden Globe winner, Octavia Spencer.
The next nominee for Motion Picture Drama is a fantasy set during the Cold War. In a high-security government lab, a lonely custodian is trapped in a life of silence and isolation. But her world is forever changed when she and my character, her co-worker, discover a secret classified experiment. Nominated for 7 Golden Globes, this is The Shape of Water.
Eliza, come on.
She deaf?
Mute, sir. She can hear you.
You clean that lab, you get out. We're created in the Lord's image. You don't think that's what the Lord looks like, do you?
This creature is intelligent, capable of language, of understanding emotions.
When he looks at me, he does not know how I am incomplete.
We need to take it apart, learn how it works.
What is she saying? Don't do this.
Please welcome Golden Globe winner and nominee for Battle of the Sexes, Emma Stone, and 6-time Golden Globe winner and recipient of the Cecil B. DeMille Award, ladies and gentlemen, Shirley MacLaine.
They say it's harder to make them laugh than to make them cry. The 5 talented men in this category made us do both.
Here are the nominees for the Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Steve Carell, Battle of the Sexes.
Ansel Elgort, Baby Driver.
James Franco, The Disaster Artist.
Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman.
And Daniel Kaluuya, Get Out.
And the Golden Globe goes to James Franco.
First person I have to thank is the man himself, Tommy Wiseau. Come on up here, Tommy. 19 years ago, whoa. 19 years ago, he was stuck in traffic from the Golden Globes. He said to his best friend, Greg, Golden Globes, so what? I'm not invited. I know they don't want me, guy with accent, long hair, so I show them. I don't wait for Hollywood, I make my own movie. I'm very happy to share this moment with him today. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press for all your support over the years. Also, Steve, Daniel, Hugh, Ansel, you're all my brothers, you know that, thank you. This was billed as a movie about making the best, worst movie ever made, but in fact, it's a story of friendship. This year, I've learned from all my friends and collaborators. My longest friend in entertainment, Seth Rogen, known him since Freaks and Geeks. Evan Goldberg, James Weaver, Vince Jolivet, thank you so much. Alex McAtee, you all taught me to be a better director, more responsible person, thank you. A24, you had me since spring break. New Line, Good Universe, thank you for all your love. Finally, my brother. When I went to NYU, I always said I wanted my own Coen brother, someone to collaborate with. I realized this year I had my own Franco brother. I love him more than anything. Thanks to my mother for giving him to me.
Amy Poehler, Andy Samberg, and more from Seth when we come back. The Golden Globes on NBC. Welcome back to the Golden Globes. And now, please welcome 2 Golden Globe winners starring in 2 upcoming series from Mosaic, Sharon Stone, and from Counterpart, J.K. Simmons.
The brilliance of the actresses in this category is truly astounding.
Here are the nominees for Best Actress in a Supporting Role in a Series, Limited Series, or Motion Picture Made for Television. Laura Dern, Big Little Lies.
Ann Dowd, The Handmaid's Tale.
Chrissy Metz, This Is Us.
Michelle Pfeiffer, The Wizard of Lies.
Shailene Woodley, Big Little Lies.
And the Golden Globe goes to Laura Dern.
Big Little Lies.
This is Laura Dern's 4th win and 6th nomination. She wins her Golden Globe tonight for her role of Renata Klein in Big Little Lies.
Thank you, HFPA, for the honor of joining in the company of these extraordinary fellow nominees who inspire me so deeply, and namely to the brilliant Shailene, Zoe, Reese, and Nicole, my new family, to our fearless leader, Jean-Marc, to HBO, and to our magical producers, and especially for caring so much to make things work so that I could be part of this. I'm so forever grateful. To David E. Kelly, our superhero, who took Leon's words and gave me particularly the most outrageous, complicated woman and a terrified mother. Terrified because her little girl was being abused and bullied, and she was too afraid to speak up. Many of us were taught not to tattle. It was a culture of silencing, and that was normalized. I urge all of us to not only support survivors and bystanders who are brave enough to tell their truth, but to promote restorative justice. May we also please protect and employ them. May we teach our children that speaking out without the fear of retribution is our culture's new North Star. Bless you, bless everyone who worked on this, all the people who support me and my beautiful children. Thank you for all of your work and love tonight.
And now, please welcome 2 of the stars of I, Tonya, Sebastian Stan, and Golden Globe nominee, Allison Janney.
Shut up.
The next nominated motion picture comedy depicts the unbelievable events surrounding one of the most sensational scandals in sports history.
An unexpected story about class, bias, and adversity, told through its outrageous characters, varying perspectives of the truth, and a whole lot of crazy. Nominated for 3 Golden Globes, this is I, Tonya.
I was the best figure skater in the world at one point in time.
Call that a clean skate? Stop talking to her. That girl is your enemy.
America, they want someone to love, but they want someone to hate. I mean, come on. What kind of friggin' person bashes in their friend's knee? Who would do that to a friend?
I met these next 2 presenters when we all worked at Saturday Night Live, where they played many of your favorite characters and I played Seth Meyers. Please welcome, from Making It Golden Globe winner Amy Poehler, and from Brooklyn Nine-Nine Golden Globe winner Andy Samberg, everyone.
Andy and I are honored to be here tonight to present Best Animated Feature.
Yes, and I'll tell you what my best animated feature is. My mouth.
And mine is also my mouth.
What are you gonna do? It's a weird year.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. Here are the nominees.
The Boss Baby. The Breadwinner. Coco. Ferdinand. Loving Vincent.
And the Golden Globe goes to Coco.
My heart is pounding out of my chest. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press for this honor, and thanks to every last member of Coco's talented crew who gave their all during the 6 years that we spent making the film. Thank you to the executive teams at Pixar and Disney for trusting us to tell this unique story and empowering us to tell it with the respect and the dignity that it deserved. Thank you to our loved ones who are no longer with us, who in ways great and small paved the way for us to be the people that we are today. We love you, we honor you, you inspire us. And finally, Coco would not exist without the incredible people of Mexico and their beautiful traditions of Dia de Muertos. Muchísimas gracias.
Once again, the star of Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Dwayne Johnson, along with Simone Garcia Johnson.
All right, as part of the 75th anniversary of the Golden Globes, the HFPA is creating a new honor, Golden Globe Ambassador, with an expanded role that embodies the HFPA's year-round philanthropic efforts. Throughout my personal and professional life, I'm surrounded by brilliant and strong women. Ladies and gentlemen, I am thrilled to introduce the first ever ambassador, my 16-year-old daughter, Simone Garcia Johnson. Simone, I am so incredibly proud of you.
I want to thank my parents, and I'm so honored that HFPA selected me to be the first ambassador. I look forward to working with Global Girl Media, an organization that works to empower young women from underserved communities in new media journalism.
I love that, honey, and I love you, and charitable causes are great, which is why I let Kevin Hart be in all my movies. We will be right back.
Our star-studded audience is ready to see a Hollywood legend, plus some of the biggest awards of the night, the Golden Globes on NBC. Welcome back to the Golden Globes. And now, two Golden Globe winners, Kate Hudson and last year's Best Supporting Actor, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Here are the nominees for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture.
Mary J. Blige, Mudbound.
Hong Chow, Downsizing.
Allison Janney, I, Tonya.
Laurie Metcalf, Lady Bird.
Octavia Spencer, The Shape of Water. And the Golden Globe goes to...
Allison Janney.
I, Tonya.
Oh my gosh. Thank you to the members of the Hollywood Foreign Press, indeed, for this. My gosh, none of us are here if it weren't for great scripts. And I certainly wouldn't be standing here tonight if it weren't for a great friend who wrote a great script and insisted I be in it, Mr. Stephen Rogers. Thank you for this very distinctive, unique mother of a character. I thank you for that. Margot, I thank you for your unbelievable, brave, fearless portrayal of Tanya. You set the bar for everyone. I love you. Craig Gillespie, your sense of humor and your passion for what you do is infectious. Nobody else could have done 285 million scenes in 40 days. You're a genius. I love you. Tanya Harding is here tonight. And I'd like to thank Tanya for sharing her story with Stephen and allowing him to tell all the different sides of the story. And what I love about this movie, what this entire Sebastian, Julianne, everyone in this movie did is tell a story about class in America, tell a story about the disenfranchised, tell a story about a woman who was not embraced for her individuality, tell a story about truth and the perception of truth in the media and the truths we all tell ourselves when we wake up in bed every morning and go out and live our lives. It's an extraordinary movie. I'm so proud of it. Thank you to Neon and 30 West and AI Films and Tom and Brian and Margot. My God, Margot and Stephen produced this too. It's ridiculous. She's a quadruple threat. I don't even know. I want to thank my team, Chris Henze, Alana Rice, Leslie Siebert, Karen Sanfilippo, and Peter Nelson. And of course, I owe this all to a little bird named Little Man in Smyrna, Georgia. And I thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we pay tribute to a true Hollywood icon who just last month turned 101 years old. Take a look, a few Golden Globe honored moments from the career of Kirk Douglas.
My trips around the world have taught me one thing, and that is that movies speak a universal language.
Rome will not allow us to escape from Italy. I'd rather be here, a free man among brothers, facing a long march and a hard fight, than to be the richest citizen of Rome. March tonight!
When I paint the sun, I want to make people feel it revolving, giving off light and heat. When I paint a president in the field, I want to feel the sun pouring into him like it does in the coal.
Is that what you think you're doing when you overload your brush? What I see when I look at your work is just you paint too fast.
You look too fast!
Look, this is a war, Mr. Pritchett. We're your army. We're here to protect you. This is a criminal action. Are you or aren't you going through with it? Because I'm not going to let him go.
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
Ladies and gentlemen, Golden Globe winner Catherine Zeta-Jones and movie legend Kirk Douglas.
Thank you. What do you say? Thank you. In 1991, my father-in-law, this living Hollywood legend, Kirk, was recognized by the Writers Guild of America for his role in ending the Hollywood blacklist. He not only hired blacklisted screenwriter Dalton Trumbo to write the epic Spartacus, but he also had Trumbo receive his proper screen credit for his work.
Catherine,
Yes, sir.
you said it all. I was in the speech, but I don't want to say it because I can never follow you. So let's get on with the show because I have a bet on the show. So let's, what do we have?
Why don't we say that here are the nominations?
Yes.
The Shape of Water, Lady Bird, The Post, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Molly's Game.
And the Golden Globe goes to Martig Madonna, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
This is Martin McDonough's first win and second nomination, also nominated tonight for Best Director.
Jesus. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, and she likes this kind of thing, so happy birthday, Mum. Even though I think she wanted Lady Bird to win, so... mostly, I would like to thank Sam Rockwell and Frances McDormand for their amazing performances and their amazing friendship. And Woody Harrelson, too, wherever he might be tonight. I'd like to thank Carter Burwell for his amazing score. And I've worked with Graham Broadbent, my producer, 3 times now. And he's brilliant. He's a brilliant producer, and he's a really, really decent human being, and I love you. Thanks very much. Thanks to the Hollywood Foreign Press, too. Thank you.
More Hollywood superstars are on the way. Get ready for Hugh Grant, Reese Witherspoon, Jessica Chastain, Chris Hemsworth, and Oprah, and more heated contests for the big awards, the Golden Globes on NBC.
If I know anything about movies, our next 2 presenters will start off with an awkward misunderstanding, but fall in love by the end of the night. Please welcome from Divorce, Sarah Jessica Parker, and from Paddington Bear 2, Hugh Grant, everyone.
So now we come to the Best Foreign Language Film.
And the nominees are...
A Fantastic Woman, Chile. First They Killed My Father, Cambodia. In the Fade, Germany, France. Loveless, Russia. The Square, Sweden, Germany, France.
And the Golden Globe goes to...
In the Fade, Germany, France.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. How'd that happen? This is another 100,000 admissions in Germany. Thank you very much, Hollywood Foreign Press. Thank you very much, Magnolia Picture, for releasing the film in the US. You're the best. Thank you very much, my co-producers, Warner Brothers. If you see a cup, Warner Brother. Yeah. I want to thank Pathé from France. I want to thank everybody from Bombero International, especially Nohan Shakerji Post. You made this. I want to thank my producer, Hermann the German Weigel. I want to thank my co-producer, Melissa Toscan and Marie-Jeanne. I want to thank Thierry Fremont. Thierry, thank you very much for having us. You opened the door. Thank you, German Films. Diane, say something. Thank you, Monique, my wife, my kids. Diane, without you, this is yours. This is ours.
Thank you so much. I'm so privileged to do what I love, and thank you for elevating this movie, even though it's foreign language. Thank you.
So the next film nominated in the drama section tells the story, the true story, of how 400,000 British and Allied troops trapped on the French beaches during World War II and facing certain annihilation were rescued by a flotilla of hundreds of small civilian boats sailing from Britain. The film's utterly brilliant and quite rightly nominated for 3 Golden Globes. Dunkirk.
The enemy tanks have stopped.
Why?
Why waste precious tanks when they can pick us off from the air like fish in a barrel?
There are 400,000 men on this beach.
He's coming back round. He's coming back round!
Where are we going?
Dunkirk.
I'm not going back.
There's no hiding from this, son. We have a job to do.
You can practically see it from here. What? Home.
Please welcome the stars of The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, Penelope Cruz, Edgar Ramirez, Darren Criss, and Ricky Martin.
We are here to present the nominees for Best Actor in a Limited Series or TV Movie.
Robert De Niro, The Wizard of Lies.
Jude Law, The Young Pope.
Kyle MacLachlan, Twin Peaks.
Ewan McGregor, Fargo.
Jeffrey Rush, Genius.
And the Golden Globe goes to Ewan McGregor, Fargo.
This is Ewan McGregor's first win, his 4th nomination, winning the Golden Globe tonight for his role of Emmett and Ray Stussy in Fargo.
Oh, goodness, thank you very much. Thanks to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association for this. That's really lovely. I want to thank FX and MGM for having me on board, and Noah Hawley for giving us such amazing writing to do, and putting out an amazing crew together up in Calgary and giving us brilliant directors to work with. Liz Himmelstein, thanks for helping me with that bonkers accent. Rich Klubeck, thanks for everything you do for me. Lindy King, I wouldn't be standing up here without you, and I love you. I want to take a moment to just say thank you to Ev, who always stood by me for 22 years, and my 4 children, Clara, Esther, Jamian, and Anouk. I love you, and you know. And I've always loved being an actor, and I love hanging out with actors, and I got amazing actors to work with on this. And there wouldn't have been any Emmett Stussy without David Thewlis and Michael Stuhlbarg and Kerry Coon, and there would have been no Ray without Mary Elizabeth Winstead. So thank you very much.
NBC's telecast of the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards is sponsored in part by...
Please welcome Golden Globe winner and 4-time nominee, Halle Berry.
The next nominated motion picture comedy is a clever, terrifying, and potent commentary on race relations. When an interracial couple takes a weekend getaway to meet her parents, their overly accommodating behavior devolves into a series of disturbing incidents. The discoveries lead to a truth that no one could have ever imagined. Nominated for 2 Golden Globes tonight, this is Get Out.
What? Do they know I'm black? Should they?
I ain't never seen you like this before, bro. Don't come back all bougie, man. Come back and get your damn pants up to your damn stomach.
I would have voted for Obama for a 3rd term if I could. Best president in my lifetime, hands down.
It was nice to meet you, Chris. So look, I go do my research. Apparently, a whole bunch of brothers been missing in this suburb.
Rose, we gotta go.
Is everything okay?
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
If there's too many white people, I get nervous.
No.
She plays Daenerys of the House Targaryen, the first of her name, the unburnt, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, protector of the realm, breaker of chains, and mother of dragons. And he plays Jon. Please welcome from Star Wars, Emilia Clarke, and from The Death and Life of Johnny Donovan, Kit Harington, everyone.
The next award is for Best TV Series, Musical or Comedy.
They are 5 nominated series that truly made us laugh.
Blackish. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Master of None. Smilf. Will and Grace.
And the Golden Globe goes to The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Coming to the stage, our creator, executive producer, writer, director, Amy Sherman Palladino, and executive producer, writer, director, Daniel Palladino. Accepting the Golden Globe tonight for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is Amy Sherman Palladino.
Even the sparrows are singing in tune on a wonderful morning like this. On a morning like this, I could kiss everybody. I'm so full of love and goodwill.
They make it a little harder to get up here. Boy, the Spanx. Okay. Hollywood Foreign Press, thank you very much for inviting us to the dance. We appreciate it very much. I want to thank our crew who turned New York into 1958 New York on a daily basis, and nobody killed us or walked out. Many food trucks are coming your way. I love you all. I want to thank Amazon because their support was completely unwavering at all times. Every check cleared. We could not have found a better partner. Thank you. We're never leaving. Thank you for fixing the door. And the last thing is my murderer's row of actors up here. Michael, Marin, Alex, Tony, and Rachel Brosnahan, half human, half Tolkien character. We thank you. We love you. I'm going backstage. Is there cheese backstage? Let's go backstage. Bye. Thank you.
Here are the nominees for Best Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy.
Anthony Anderson, Blackish.
Aziz Ansari, Master of None.
Kevin Bacon, I Love Dick.
William H. Macy, Shameless.
Erin McCormack, Will and Grace.
And the Golden Globe goes to Aziz Ansari, Master of None.
This is Aziz Ansari's first win and second nomination. Aziz wins his Golden Globe tonight for his role of Dev Shah in Master of None.
I genuinely didn't think I would win because all the websites said I was going to lose. Also, I'm glad we won this one because it would have really sucked to lose 2 of these in a row. It would have been a really shitty moment for me, but this is nice. I want to thank Netflix, Cindy Holland, Ted Sarandos, all of our cast and crew. The only reason my acting is good in that show is because everyone else holds me up the whole time. Who else? I really need to thank Alan Yang, Eric Wareheim, Anis Ansari. Those 3 guys are with me all the time when I'm doing the show. I want to thank Italy for all the amazing food we ate in season 2. And I need to thank my parents for giving me so much love. And thank you all to the AHFPA. Thank you all. Good night.
Our star-studded celebration continues as one of the most influential women of our time, Oprah Winfrey, receives the prestigious DeMille Award.
Go to the Golden Globes on Facebook for exclusive red carpet videos and Instagram to see exclusive portraits of tonight's winners. Visit NBC on Instagram for red carpet photos of your favorite stars.
Please welcome Golden Globe winner and executive producer and star of Big Little Lies, Reese Witherspoon.
There are a lot of people known on a first-name basis, but there's only one person whose name is a verb, an adjective, and a feeling, and that is Oprah. When you say her name, everybody stops and listens. Just try it. Say to the person next to you right now, Oprah just texted me the funniest thing. Trust me, they're going to stop everything and look at their phone. I got to work with Oprah on our movie, A Wrinkle in Time, where we spent 4 hours in the makeup trailer almost every day. Guys, if you can find a way to be stuck in a small space with Oprah for 4 hours, do it. It's like going to Wharton Business School combined with a spiritual retreat, all in one. I learned everything from how to make the best English muffin to what it's like being the only woman as a board member at a huge company. And her hugs, okay, Oprah's hugs could end wars, solve world peace. It's like your oldest, dearest friend has just seen you after the longest journey of your life. It's that good. When she hugs you, it's the greatest thing ever. Just ask Gail, she'll agree. When I learned I'd get to introduce Oprah tonight, I began asking people, if you could say one thing to Oprah, what would you say? And they all said different things, but every answer started the same. Tell her thank you. Tell her thank you for teaching us, for inspiring us, for encouraging us. Thank you for seeing us. So Oprah, thank you for your grace and your generosity and your wisdom. And thank you for your powerful contributions to the world of film and television. In this and everything you do, you've changed our lives. Who doesn't love Oprah? Everybody loves Oprah. But what is it about Oprah Winfrey that makes her so extraordinary?
I'm Oprah Winfrey, and welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show!
For 25 years, she came into our homes as a friend and confidant.
So, what's the secret you were hiding? It's got to be a pretty frightening thing when you're 9 years old. When did you know? Is it something like bing, 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 bing? I didn't hear any bells.
Turning her talk show into the highest rated in history. She transported us in films like Beloved.
Feel what it feels like to be a colored woman, roaming the roads. When anything God made liable to jump on you, feel that.
And her heart-rending role in The Color Purple earned her Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations.
You told Harpo to beat me. All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy, I had to fight my uncles, I had to fight my brothers. Girl, child ain't safe in a family man's. But I ain't never thought I had to fight in my own house.
She changed the national conversation, producing films like Precious and The Great Debaters.
Debate is combat. Your weapons are words.
As an actor and producer, she opened our eyes with films like The Butler.
We need each other.
What I need is my husband, and not to be laying up here in the gutter with you.
And Selma.
I ain't stirring no fuss. I'm just here trying to register the vote.
Live from the star-filled International Ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Welcome to the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards. And now, your host for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Meyers.
Good evening, ladies and remaining gentlemen. I'm Seth Meyers, and I'll be your host tonight. Welcome to the 75th Annual Golden Globes, and Happy New Year, Hollywood. It's 2018, marijuana is finally allowed, and sexual harassment finally isn't. It's gonna be a good year. This was the year of Big Little Lies and Get Out, and also the television series Big Little Lies and the movie Get Out. There's a new era underway, and I can tell because it's been years since a white man was this nervous in Hollywood. By the way, a special hello to hosts of other upcoming award shows who are watching me tonight like the first dog they shot into outer space. For the male nominees in the room...
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Reese. In 1964, I was a little girl sitting on the linoleum floor of my mother's house in Milwaukee, watching Anne Bancroft present the Oscar for Best Actor at the 36th Academy Awards. She opened the envelope and said 5 words that literally made history. The winner is Sidney Poitier. Up to the stage came the most elegant man I had ever seen. I remember his tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that. And I have tried many times to explain what a moment like that means to a little girl, a kid watching from the cheap seats as my mom came through the door, bone-tired from cleaning other people's houses. But all I can do is quote and say that the explanation in Sidney's performance in Lilies of the Field, amen, 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 amen. In 1982, Sidney received the Cecil B. DeMille Award right here at the Golden Globes, and it is not lost on me that at this moment, there are some little girls watching as I become the first black woman to be given the same award. It is an honor. It is an honor, and it is a privilege to share the evening with all of them, and also with the incredible men and women who've inspired me, who've challenged me, who've sustained me, and made my journey to this stage possible. Dennis Swanson, who took a chance on me for AM Chicago. Quincy Jones, who saw me on that show and said to Steven Spielberg, yes, she is Sophia in The Color Purple. Gail, who's been the definition of what a friend is, and Stedman, who's been my rock, just a few to name. I'd like to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, because we all know that the press is under siege these days. But we also know that it is the insatiable dedication to uncovering the absolute truth that keeps us from turning a blind eye to corruption and to injustice. To tyrants and victims and secrets and lies. I want to say that I value the press more than ever before as we try to navigate these complicated times, which brings me to this. What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. And I'm especially proud and inspired by all the women who have felt strong enough and empowered enough to speak up and share their personal stories. Each of us in this room are celebrated because of the stories that we tell. And this year, we became the story. But it's not just a story affecting the entertainment industry. It's one that transcends any culture, geography, race, religion, politics, or workplace. So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and dreams to pursue. They're the women whose names we'll never know. They are domestic workers and farm workers. They are working in factories, and they work in restaurants, and they're in academia and engineering and medicine and science. They're part of the world of tech and politics and business. There are athletes in the Olympics, and there are soldiers in the military. And there's someone else, Recy Taylor. A name I know, and I think you should know too. In 1944, Recy Taylor was a young wife and a mother. She was just walking home from a church service she'd attended in Abbeville, Alabama, when she was abducted by 6 armed white men, raped and left blindfolded by the side of the road, coming home from church. They threatened to kill her if she ever told anyone. But her story was reported to the NAACP, where a young worker by the name of Rosa Parks became the lead investigator on her case. And together, they sought justice. But justice wasn't an option in the era of Jim Crow. The men who tried to destroy her were never persecuted. Recy Taylor died 10 days ago, just shy of her 98th birthday. She lived, as we all have lived, too many years in a culture broken by brutally powerful men. For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up. Their time is up. Their time is up. And I just hope that Recy Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years, and even now tormented, goes marching on. It was somewhere in Rosa Parks' heart almost 11 years later when she made the decision to stay seated on that bus in Montgomery. And it's here with every woman who chooses to say, "Me too." And every man who chooses to listen. In my career, what I've always tried my best to do, whether on television or through film, is to say something about how men and women really behave, to say how we experience shame, how we love and how we rage, how we fail, how we retreat, persevere, and how we overcome. And I've interviewed and portrayed people who've withstood some of the ugliest things life can throw at you, but the one quality all of them seem to share is an ability to maintain hope for a brighter morning, even during our darkest nights. So I want all the girls watching here and now to know that a new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two Golden Globe winners from the upcoming film Annihilation, Natalie Portman, and the director of Solo, A Star Wars Story, Ron Howard.
Thank you. Wow, that was remarkable and stunning. We are honored, bringing it back to this, to be here to present the award for Best Director.
And here are the all-male nominees. For The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro.
For 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Martin McDonagh.
For Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan.
For All the Money in the World, Ridley Scott.
For The Post, Steven Spielberg.
And the Golden Globe goes to Natalie?
Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water.
This is Guillermo del Toro's first win and second nomination.
Oh, wow. I was hoping to wipe my nose with this. Since childhood, I've been faithful to monsters. I have been saved and absolved by them because monsters, I believe, are patron saints of our blissful imperfection. And they allow and embody the possibility of fail and live. For 25 years, I have handcrafted very strange little tales made of motion, color, light, and shadow. And in many of these instances, in 3 precise instances, these strange stories, these fables, have saved my life. Once with Devil's Backbone, once with Pan's Labyrinth, and now with Shape of Water. Because as directors, these things are not just entries in a filmography. We have made a deal with a particularly inefficient devil that trades 3 years of our lives for 1 entry on IMDb. And these things are biography, and they are life. And I want to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, Fox Searchlight, and I wouldn't be here. Lower the music, guys, 1 second. It's taken 25 years. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I wouldn't be here without my cast, my crew, and I want to mention a few fantastic women sitting at this table. Sharon, Nancy, Octavia, Sally, Kimmy, and Vanessa, without whom I wouldn't be here. I thank you. My monsters thank you. And somewhere Lon Chaney is smiling upon all of us. Thank you very much.
Well, Hollywood A-listers are preparing for the big awards, plus Emma Watson, Robert Pattinson, and more from our buddy Seth, the Golden Globes on NBC. Welcome back to the Golden Globes. Please welcome the writer and director of Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig.
The final nominee for Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy is a story of 2 generations of women, a fierce and deeply loving mother and her equally strong and aspirational teenage daughter. Set in Sacramento, California in 2002, it is a story about what changing times mean to how women both define and declare their futures. It is about the relationships that shape us, the dreams that define us, and the inescapable pull of a place called home. This is Lady Bird.
What I'd really like is to be on Math Olympiad.
But math isn't something you're terribly strong in.
that we know of yet.
Lady Bird, is that your given name?
Yeah.
Why is it in quotes?
I gave it to myself. It's given to me by me.
If you're tired, we can sit down.
I'm not tired.
You were dragging your feet.
You are so infuriating.
Please stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Oh, it's perfect.
Do you love it?
You both have such strong personalities.
I want you to be the very best version of yourself that you can be.
What if this is the best version?
Please welcome the star of Beauty and the Beast, Emma Watson, and from Good Time, Robert Pattinson.
Here are the nominees for the Best Limited Series or Motion Picture Made for Television.
Big Little Lies, Fargo, Feud, Betty and Joan, The Sinner, Top of the Lake, China Girl.
And the Golden Globe goes to... Oh, I'm so excited. Big Little Lies. Reese.
I'm going to talk really fast and then pass this off to Reese. This one's been a real joy. It started with Leon's great book, HBO's unflinching support. This man here, Jean-Marc Vallée, he directed every single episode. He took this material into his heart, and more importantly, he delivered it from his heart, elevating every page, every performance. We are all so grateful. As for the cast, take a look at this cast, many of which have already been honored, but two in particular are also ferocious producers,
Yes.
Nicole and Reese. And Reese, come here and get this.
I just want to say thank you so much. This show is so much about the life we present to the world that could be very different than the life we live behind closed doors. So I want to thank everyone who broke their silence this year and spoke up about abuse and harassment. You are so brave. And hopefully shows like this, more will be made. So people out there who are feeling silenced by harassment, discrimination, abuse, time is up. We see you, we hear you, and we will tell your stories. Thank you.
Which Hollywood star will win Best Actress in a Motion Picture Musical or Comedy? Only Andy Sale and Mika Belga of Ernst & Young have that answer. The Golden Globes on NBC. Ladies and gentlemen, Golden Globe winner and star of Molly's Game, Jessica Chastain, and from 12 Strong, Chris Hemsworth.
The 5 performances in the next category demonstrate the truly global nature of these awards.
And I am so happy to announce that the winner of this category will also receive the 23% of her salary that went missing in the wage gap.
It's true, that's correct.
Yeah. It's not a problem, as we've saved so much money kicking people out of Hollywood this year.
Absolutely. You know, but it's more than that. In response to everything that's going on in today's world, we've decided to remove all the men from this category.
Yeah. It's the least we could do. So here are the nominees for Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
Judi Dench, Victoria, and Abdul.
Helen Mirren, The Leisure Seeker.
Margot Robbie, I, Tonya.
Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird.
Emma Stone, Battle of the Sexes.
And the Golden Globe goes to... All right, come on. Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird.
My mom's on FaceTime over there on someone's phone right now. So hi. I have no time at all to say thank you, but I just want to say how inspirational it's been to be in this room tonight. I'm here with my best friend, Eileen, and I just want to thank HFPA for the award, A24, Greta, all the producers on the film, all of the women who I love so much in my own life who support me every single day, my mother, who's on FaceTime, and Margot, and all of my friends and my family, and actually everyone in this room. So thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Now from 50 Shades Freed, please welcome Dakota Johnson.
It brings me great gratitude to bring our focus to a film where the fundamentals are love and the human connection. Nominated for Motion Picture Drama, this film is part love story, part coming-of-age story, and part coming-out story. As a precocious young man summers with his parents in Italy in the 1980s, he develops a passionate relationship with a student of his father's. Nominated for 3 Golden Globe Awards, this is Call Me By Your Name.
Professor Perlman.
So what do you do around here?
Read books, transcribe music, swim at the river, go out at night. You only knew how little I know about the things that matter.
What things that matter?
You know what things.
You saying what I think you're saying?
Shouldn't have said anything.
Just pretend you never did.
Nature has cunning ways of finding our weakest spot.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.
Up next, Michael Keaton and Alicia Vikander with the award for Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. The Golden Globes continue right here on NBC. Please welcome a Golden Globe nominee currently starring in Beatrice at Dinner, Salma Hayek Pino.
Our next nominated drama tells the story of a mother who seeks justice for her daughter who was raped and murdered. When local cops fail to find the killer, she rents 3 billboards and paints a message calling out the chief of police. I guess that was her way of saying, 1, 2, 3, time's up! Nominated for 6 Golden Globe Awards, this is 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
What's the law on what you can and cannot say on a billboard?
I guess you're Angela Hayes' mother.
That's right.
I don't think those billboards is very fair.
The time it took you to get out here whining like a bitch, Willoughby. Some other poor girl's probably out there being butchered right now.
We've had 2 official complaints about those billboards.
From who?
A fat dentist.
And as sad as the spectacle of these billboards might be, this reporter, for one, hopes this finally puts an end to the strange saga of the 3 billboards outside.
This doesn't put an end to anything. This is just a start. Why don't you put that on your Good Morning Missouri wake-up broadcast, bitch?
These next 2 presenters are, oh boy, these 2 again. You know, you don't have to do everything together, you guys. Please welcome the next Tina and Amy, the next Key and Peele, Golden Globe winner Michael Keaton, and from Tomb Raider, Alicia Vikander.
Over the past few hours, we've seen the clips for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
And one more time, here are the nominees.
The Disaster Artist, Get Out. The Greatest Showman, I, Tonya, Lady Bird.
And the Golden Globe goes to, oh boy, isn't that great? Lady Bird.
Coming to the stage are producers Eli Bush and Evelyn O'Neill, accepting the Golden Globe tonight for Lady Bird. Eli Bush.
The only person who should speak for Lady Bird is Greta Gerwig.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the HFPA. Thank you to my producers, Eli Bush, Evelyn O'Neill, and Scott Rudin. Thank you to A24 for everything you've done. Thank you to Barry Diller. Thank you to my cast. Oh, my beautiful cast, the goddesses, Saoirse Ronan and Laurie Metcalf are incredible. And Timmy and Lucas and Beanie and Odea, and I have 8 seconds left. I want to say thank you to my mom and dad and the people of Sacramento who gave me roots and wings and helped me to get where I am today. And just thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thelma and Louise are back. We have got them, Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon next. And coming up, which movie will take the big award of the night? You are going to find out. The Golden Globes right here on NBC.
Follow at Golden Globes on Twitter for candid moments and backstage clips of tonight's winners. And follow at NBC on Twitter to go behind the scenes with Hollywood's biggest stars.
The pleasure of doing what we've all wanted to do this past year, drive our car off a cliff. Please welcome Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis.
Susan, they love that we fixed everything.
Yeah, I don't think we fixed quite everything, actually. It's been 25 years. But tonight we've got all of these women standing up for each other, and
Fantastic.
the men, too.
And the men, yeah, these 5 nominees have agreed to give half of their salary back so the women can make more than them.
Now, I don't think that actually happened yet, but that's a great idea. So we're still honored to present the award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. And here are the nominees.
Timothée Chalamet, Call Me By Your Name.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Phantom Thread.
Tom Hanks, The Post.
Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour. And the
Denzel Washington, Roman J. Israel Esquire.
And the Golden Globe goes to Gary Oldman.
Well, I feel very humbled and surprised to have been asked to this stage. I would like to congratulate my fellow nominees for your beautiful work. I am in very fine company this evening, indeed. Winston Churchill said, "My tastes are simple. I am easily satisfied with the very best." And I was surrounded by the very best. Kristen Scott Thomas, thank you for My Beautiful Clementine. Your work is exquisite, and thank you for putting up with all those awful cigars. Lily James, Ben Mendelsohn, Stephen Delane, Ronnie Pickup. You are gifted, you're supportive, you're passionate, and it was a joy to work around you. I would like to thank my magnificent makeup team, Kazuhiro Suji, Lucy Sibic and David Melanowski. Your artistry has no equal. You were kind, and you were funny, and you were patient, and we got through 63 applications. I would like to thank our producers, Douglas Urbanski, Tim Bevin, Eric Fellner, Lisa Bruce, and Anthony McCartan, and my wife, who put up with my crazy for over a year. She would say to friends, I go to bed with Winston Churchill, but I wake up with Gary Oldman, which is, I suppose, better than the other way round. I am very proud of Darkest Hour. It illustrates that words and actions can change the world, and boy, oh boy, does it need some changing. Thank you, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and thank you, Winston Churchill.
NBC's telecast of the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards is presented by...
Welcome back to the Golden Globes. And now, three-time Golden Globe winner and director of First They Killed My Father, Angelina Jolie. And from The Widow, last year's winner for Best Actress, Isabelle Huppert.
Each of these women gave memorable performances this past year, and all are deserving of our highest praise and honor.
French New Wave directors were fond of this sentence. Filmmaking is the art of having beautiful women do beautiful things, but on screen, you know, only on screen. This does not apply to real life. Here are the nominees for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama.
Jessica Chastain, Molly's Game.
Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water.
Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Meryl Streep, The Post.
Michelle Williams, All the Money in the World.
And the Golden Globe goes to Frances McDormand.
Well, I have a few things to say. I'm gonna keep it short because we've been here a long time and we need some tequila. All you ladies in this category, bar tequila's on me. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. I'm still not quite sure who they are when I run into them for the last 35 years, but I love seeing their faces. And let's face it, they managed to elect a female president. I'm just saying. Martin McDonough, you know how I feel about being your Mildred Hayes. Her every ragged inhalation and fierce exhalation is evidence of my gratitude. Our producer, Graham Broadbent, thank you for listening to me and valuing my input. To Fox Searchlight, Film 4, who allowed our film to find its audience, and we are still putting people in the seats of brick and mortar cinemas around the country. Call me old-fashioned, but I love that. And if I mention my two favorite cowboys, Sam and Woody, because they are, then I will have to list the entire cast and crew of our film, because everybody brought their best game to this one. Their very best game. For instance, I cannot throw a baseball for shite, but I managed to get Molotov cocktails from one building to another across a two-lane street. That was really fun, but don't try it at home. So many of you know I keep my politics private, but it was really great to be in this room tonight and to be a part of the tectonic shift in our industry's power structure. Trust me, the women in this room tonight are not here for the food. We are here for the work. Thank you.
And now, 10-time Golden Globe winner who made history as the only woman to receive a Globe for directing, Barbra Streisand.
Thank you. That's so sweet. I'm not going to sing. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. So backstage, I heard they said something about I was the only woman to get, did I hear right? Yes, the only woman to get the Best Director award. And you know, that was 1984? That was 34 years ago? Folks, time's up. We need more women directors and more women to be nominated for Best Director. There are so many films out there that are so good directed by women. Anyway, I'm very proud to stand in a room with people who speak out against gender inequality, sexual harassment, and the pettiness that has poisoned our politics. And I'm proud that our industry, faced with uncomfortable truths, has vowed to change the way we do business. Truth is powerful. And in a really good film, we recognize the truth about ourselves, about others. And it's so powerful that it can even change people's minds, touch people's hearts, and ultimately even change society itself. This evening, we've seen highlights from 5 really good films nominated for Best Motion Picture Drama. And once again, here are the nominees.
Call Me By Your Name, Dunkirk, The Post, The Shape of Water, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
And the Golden Globe goes to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Coming to the stage are writer, director, producer Martin McDonough and producer Graham Broadbent. Accepting the Golden Globe tonight for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is Martin McDonough.
Wow. Where's Fran? You're there. You're back. Thank you. You can tell we had a wonderful time making this film. It was a truly extraordinary experience, like we all have. It had a beautiful heart. It had beautiful people. Thank yous are due to Fox Searchlight, to Film 4, who financed the movie for us and left us to make a wonderful film. Thank you to our crew, who just made every day going to work a pleasure. Everything worked great, everyone upped their game, and it was fantastic. Thanks to our cast, to Sam, to Fran, to Woody, and the others who were all terrific. Thank you finally to Martin McDonagh. We've made 3 films together. He is a true creative genius, an extraordinary talent, and a lovely friend. And we wouldn't be here but for him. Thank you.
Just want to thank my agent, Rhonda Price, and all the fellow nominees. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good night, everybody. That's the Golden Globes. Have a good evening.
The nomination ballot is mailed to all eligible members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, who choose up to 5 nominees in each category. On the final ballot, the same members vote for 1 nominee in each category. Information concerning the final results is known only to the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, LLP, prior to tonight's opening of the sealed envelopes. This is Sean Parr for the 75th Annual Golden Globe Awards.